Hey guys, welcome back for another exciting episode of YOML. This is the Year of Magical Learning podcast. And today we have Reflection 346. And it's a brand new book. I don't know what the book is, but I guess it's one of these 366.
Well, there's leap year, right? So you gotta have that
Wow,
extra one for the years when there is a leap year.
you get another book in.
That's true. So this is the book of the day today is the Daily Stoic. It's 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman.
I
Ryan,
would expect this to
in my
six
in my
reflection.
in my personal journal, I do like.
Come on. Because you know how you have like 5 reflections for
Yeah.
so this one I would expect 366 reflections coming out of this book.
It actually does have 360. I condensed all that down into one post. Every single day in the morning, I read.
So it's a big picture.
Trusting God. This is a big picture overview, condensed down of this particular one book. Right? So I'll get to it here. So this is it's a 366-day reflection book with just a quick little. Yeah,
So do you skip?
I don't know. I mean, I just follow the dates on here, so it'll say like June 1st, right? So I guess if it's not June,
if
it's
not
February 29th.
February 29th, you skip that one, right?
I guess so. Now that you're saying that, I wonder what is February 29th.
So you never read February 29th, but you haven't read it.
No, I guess I didn't read that one. So I did 365. Because yeah, or when was the last leap year? I don't know actually.
It's gonna be this year, right?
This year's leap year?
Yep.
Let's check.
This year it's every 4 years. So 2020.
Oh yeah. There's a 29th this year.
So did you finish the book, or you gonna read?
Well, you know what? On February
29th?
29th, I will read this for just to 100% finish the book. I guess then complete the challenge.
So this book, it takes you 4 years to finish.
once every 4 years. So these books are like a daily devotional, right? We've done them before with the Live in Grace, Walk in Love, the Bob Goff book. It was a 366-day reflective journal each morning where they'll give like a little Stoic quote from like Marcus Aurelius, or this one is from Epictetus's Discourses or something like that. So they have like a little quote from like a Stoic author, and then Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman will write their thoughts on it and put like a title to it. Very similar to what we're doing with YOML, right? The YOML is kind of in this vein, right? The book, here's a reflection. We have 365. We don't give a shit about leap year. Like, fuck leap year.
When February 29th comes, you guys, what you gotta do is take a fucking holiday.
Right. Yeah. Make your own reflection on February 29th. Actually, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll put it in there like February 29th.
And smell the roses on February 29th. Chill out.
Well, the present is all we possess. That's a good transition into the reflection of this one, right? So the title of this one is The Present is All We Possess. The day that I was writing this was March 16th of 2023. So we're at January 10th of 2024 now. So this is, close to about a year ago. As anybody that knows my life or has followed this journey, Amelia was born on March 15th of 2020. So her third birthday was March 15th of 2023. And the reason why we finished this book and wrote this reflection on that day was because that was when the original first journal started, right? This book right here was given to us, my wife and I, on our third day in the NICU after Amelia had been born. They came by, they dropped it off, they left a little note and the little personalized note to us, and they were like, hey, this is that says, not every single day always feels super relevant, but this book really helped Nick and I, her husband and him, and her find strength and faith in both each other and God when our world felt very dark and uncertain. We're praying for the health of your little family and hope this book can fortify you in the weeks to come. Love, Ashley and Nick, right? So this book, I've never been somebody that's been like super spiritual, devotional, or reading these kind of things. I don't know why. So we felt like, as I was journaling every day, and I was sitting next to Amelia in the NICU, I don't know if it was just one of those things where you're in crisis and you're just looking for help and guidance any way you can. I cracked open this book and wrote a reflection, and I wrote it to Amelia each day while I was sitting next to her based off of this book. So much so that my wife and I, we would take like little pictures of it each day and send it to the other person so they could, if they weren't there at the NICU, take a picture and send it to the other person so they could reflect about it during the day. And this is just the way that we started off our day. And I started, when I was journaling to Amelia, I would read this and write down my thoughts, and it was a way for me to get my thoughts kind of together and do something with Amelia while I was in the room. And then I would journal the rest of the day about all the things that were going on in her life and what we were experiencing. Well, after she passed away, and I enjoyed the process, and I thought, I'll keep going with it, right? Because I was still journaling to Amelia, and I promised her I would keep trying to write to her after she passed away, and at least until her due date, which was July 13th, and she'd passed away in April. So I wanted to keep journaling to her. So I started reading this book every day still and kept writing reflections. Before I knew it, 365 days later, this was a habit that Amelia and I were doing every single day, and we were finding ways to connect with each other, and it became a part of our living for two process. Well, when that book ended, the next year, I didn't know what to do. So March 15th of 2021 rolls around, and I read my last day, Trusting God Day by Day reflection, and write my last reflective journal. And honestly, I'd been searching for a while. I was like, what am I going to do? Am I just going to reread the same book again? Am I going to do whatever? I don't know. I was like, but I want to keep going on with this habit, because it was something that had become a really, really important way for Amelia and I to connect every single day, and to journal our thoughts and our notes and all that good stuff, right? So my wife, actually, I shared this story back with the Bob Goff Living for Two book, or Trusting God, Live in Grace, Walk in Love. I didn't know what to do. My wife probably got me the best gift she's ever got me. One day I went down after just writing in the morning, and she had left this as a gift for me. It's actually over there on the bookshelf. It was Trusting God Day by Day. It's Bob Goff's 366-day reflective journal. She had known how much I'd enjoyed Bob Goff's book. I'd read Love Does by that point in time, and she found this and went and researched it and sent it to me, and was like, hey, try this if you want to keep writing and doing your morning reflection stuff. And I was with, she didn't know if I was doing this with Amelia, but for me it was very personal, and I was like, oh my God, that's like one of the best gifts I've ever gotten in my life. So I did. The next year, from 2021 to 2022, the end of 2022, we did Live with Grace and Walk in Love with Bob Goff every single morning. So we'd read his reflection, which were great. His were more whimsical stories, but like always really good messages. And we could take that as just an idea and a thought, and then start to talk to each other about it, and then dialogue would continue from there, and we would keep. That's how we write every morning. Well, year 3 rolls around. We finished Bob Goff's book, and we were, we had been exploring a lot of books over the past few years up until that point in time, of a lot of Stoicism and a lot of Stoic thoughts and philosophers. And there was something just really intriguing about this particular book. And I was like, hey, this could be something to be interesting to discuss, right? So that was how the Daily Stoic happened, right? We had finished our 65 days of that reflective journal. It was a good experience. So I wrote in here, what did I learn from this book? And who cares is what I wrote. Like, it's irrelevant, right? Because I don't do these things, and Amelia and I don't do these things to necessarily learn something. This is a part of us staying connected every single day and sharing thoughts and just having a conversation. It's just something to talk about in the morning with my daughter, right? Like, I don't know that I ever remember anything from that Ryan has written in this book, or anything that Bob Goff wrote, or anything that Joyce Meyer wrote in her other book. There's very few things that I immediately recall from their reflections every single day that I've latched onto. I would say the first one that comes to mind is Do It Afraid. When I think of Bob Goff, I think of Love Does, love in action, right? Like just cake pops and helping people, and that's like Bob Goff, right? But I can't think of a specific reflection for Bob Goff. Same thing with Daily Stoic, right? I don't think of a specific reflection from any of these things, or anything that I specifically learned. It was interesting to explore it. It was always good to have a new thought to explore. But really, this is about a conversation between Amelia and I every single day, and that's what really matters to me. That's what living for two is, and that's what the part of this process is. So it just so happened to be the last day on March 15th of 2023. The last reflection that we read on that particular day was this one with this really good quote in it that I really liked. It was said, there's a saying attributed to Bill Keane, the cartoonist, worth remembering. Yesterday is the past, tomorrow's the future, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And that was something that was a great reminder for me, and what I wanted to express in this reflection of the gift is every single day of just being able to connect with my daughter and spending time with her. Then you think about, as I was reading that reflection before we hopped on this chat, made me think about our conversations. Like, this is always a gift, every single time that we get an opportunity to have a YOML, like it's in the present, it's a gift, and it really is. I mean, I look forward to it. I know you do, I know we've always, it's just one of those things where you don't know how many more you're going to get. Like, hell, we had like 2.5 weeks off from this, and I was like, man, a part of me wanted to, I'm sure you didn't think about this, but a part of me was going, are we going to stall out on 345? Are we not going to finish this 365? I mean, because I could, it's so easy to get out of habit, right? And to fall apart a little bit. So it makes me even cherish these even more. And this is a good reminder with this reflection to say, the present is a gift. That's what they call it, the present. Have fun and enjoy what you do, and to do it for the right reasons. So question, I'll turn it over to you. Love to get your thoughts.
So I guess my question for you is, before you get onto this online meeting, what's your goal?
Me? Just have a conversation.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, I want to learn something. Oh, there is no goal. And to me, this is exactly what you're saying is the presence all you got. In the present, it is something that is a gift, right? And it doesn't matter what it is that you going to learn or get or get out from it. It's not about what you get from. Just like in life, like what's the purpose of life, right? If I ask
I don't
people
know.
what is the purpose of life, people say,
I
well,
don't
to
know.
be like really really like
Ridiculously good looking.
I'm going to put a dent in the universe,
Right.
right? So these people have say, oh, I want to be cool. I say I'm gonna put a dent in the universe. But to me, I say, well, the thing is, people say, life isn't a destination; it's a journey.
Yeah.
The purpose of life isn't to do things like, hey, put a dent in the universe or become this stoic person or become a monk or whatever. To me, the purpose in life, as per me, as per truth, it is to enjoy
Agreed.
life. And to enjoy life, you have to be in the present. You cannot be in the past because you can't enjoy it. You cannot be in the future. So to me, 95% of all misery comes from people not living in the present.
Agreed.
Most of the time, you and I in the present, it is a very comfortable place.
Yeah.
Unless you're sick, unless you whatever, you're enduring something. But most of the time, right? We are pretty comfortable. And if we only take the moment to stay in the present, then you don't have that much misery.
Yeah.
But people
I
do
agree.
is they dwell on the past. So in the comfort of your air conditioned room, your cushy chairs, your comfy blankets, or your breezy beach vacation, you think about the future. Hey, the work's coming and
Yeah, I
talking about
know.
the bills coming. So in the present of
It's so true.
comfort,
Yeah.
you self-inflicting yourself
You
with
dream up misery. I mean, it's what you do.
right.
You invent misery in your mind. What you're saying is like ringing so hitting it hard and true right now for me in the present
Uh-huh.
because all the things that I'm going through right now with trying to get this pickleball facility launched, like I mean, every single day I should be enjoying the hell out of all this, and I am. Don't get me wrong. Like but I have to stop myself to stay in the present. Everything is fine right now. Like, is this going to be a success in the future? I don't fucking know. I don't know why I should
But
even
my
care.
point is, it
Like,
doesn't matter. It
I'm
doesn't
having
matter
fun.
because the
Like,
thing is, if you say
cool.
my
I know why
life
I'm doing
goal
it.
is to put a dent in the universe, my life goal is to make $1 trillion. Even if you make $1 trillion, you're not enjoying it. Your
Right.
mind is further out in the future. Say, hey, blah blah blah, right?
Start making goals. It's not like you stop making goals after you make $1 trillion too. You go, well, I want to make 10 now.
You will never ever going to enjoy it if you never be present. It's
Right.
called present for a reason. It's the only thing you have. It's the only thing that is true. It's the only thing that is most comfort. Because most of the time, if you say, well, forget it. If I don't think about the future, you have no anxiety. You have no stress at all because you have enough and your body can go without food for at least a month.
Right.
So the thing is, when you're in the present, 95% of the time, you're in comfort. You're in a happy zone for most part. You say, well, I have my wife, I have my kids, I have, technology. I can talk to Chris. I can go do blah, blah, blah,
Yep.
right? This, like you say, is a gift for
It is.
you to get a
It
chance
really is. Yeah.
to meet some crazy ass dude just like yourself, to get on every day for 3.5 years and chat about
Whatever
God
the
know
fuck
who,
we're chatting about. Yeah.
God knows who you are, right? So it's not like I say, well, I'm gonna go into this meeting. I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to have this goal. I want to learn something. I want to get more money. Blah blah blah. Right? You and I
Right.
never had that particular intent of taking something benefit from this
Never.
conversation. I said, hey, it'd be fun to talk to Chris. That
Yep.
is the joy. That is the present. Because when you come in with that mindset, it becomes a gift. Because if you are in the present of the gift, but you didn't accept the gift, meaning you think about the future. Majority of people would think about the future. A few people will think about the past, and a very, very, very few people be in the present.
Yep.
Right?
I agree.
Because they get to the point where meaning like when you are not in the flow, you're in the future, and then future creates
It's
anxiety.
exhausting. It's exhausting being and not in the present too. Like I mean, I was telling my wife this right before we jumped on this. I was like, man, I'm really tired right now. Like there's just so many things that I'm doing and trying to coordinate, and my brain is constantly thinking about like, okay, I got to get this done, this done, this done, this done, this done, the next like 3 days, 3 weeks, or 2 weeks. This is such a timely conversation for me personally, because I need to enjoy every day that I have to do this stuff, because this is what I want to do. This is fun. Every day is fun. I'm having fun designing out a food and beverage space
It's
in
like
our
it's the
office. I'm having
problem
fun
of the
doing the building.
privilege.
I'm having fun trying to find the money that I need to find. I'm having fun doing all this stuff. But to your point, it's so easy to get stuck in the trap of going, well, if this doesn't work, then that won't work, then this won't work, then that won't work. Then, who the fuck knows? Are we
You
close
think
enough
about it.
shopping on,
If you take the approach to this thing as if you're playing tennis. Oh, I hit the ball forehand and I curved my arm, but wrist this way, right? Oh, it didn't
right.
work. Well, how do I tweak it? If you
Try it again.
take it
Yeah.
from that perspective, it becomes a
Fun.
hellish of fun.
Yeah.
But most people, and you included, me included, right? We tend to focus on getting something in the future, thinking about this now. Oh, we're worried that it don't work, that this don't work. Bottom line is, you and I both know that no baby has ever just stand up and walk.
Right.
I have said that over and over, and I would challenge anyone to show me
baby
elephant, right?
human.
An elephant.
A human. You're talking about no human has ever gotten up and walked.
Yes, that's what I meant. Baby human.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
I
we have the adaptability gene. We are adapting, and that's our superpowers. And so adapting is what we do best, and we are basically not fixed. Arrows can be morphed. It can't flex anymore. Right. But because we are not, we allow ourselves to be flexed. Our brains is actually supposed to be flexed as well, so that it's enclosed inside of this thing. But it changes. Let's say you have like brain injury, where you get an accident, whatever. Your brain function can shift to other part, and even can regrow some of the brain and the neurons.
right.
Understand that fact. Understand who we are as a species, as an entity, and then use that to advance, to enjoy the life. Because I don't know about you, but if I don't enjoy the life, let's say you put me in prison, because put me in prison in a 6x6 cell, that will create some kind of like a miracle somewhere. I was like, no, thank you. I don't fucking need that miracle, even for me or for someone else, right? So there's no point in putting a dent in the universe if you become miserable. This is what I'm saying is, if your purpose in life is to do something great, despite the fact that you're gonna suffer, right? And you agree to that and you understand that, I think you're an idiot.
I agree. I don't know why I'm self-suffering. I should be enjoying that. It is a privilege to be able to try to do what I'm doing right now. I've worked really hard. There's been a lot of the universe omens that have balls that are bouncing. I was writing about this morning.
I mean, the thing is, you're going to get to play pickleball all day long, and your wife lets you.
Right. Right.
How much more do you want, in terms of the universe is giving you so much opportunity? You think about it. You spend 7 days a week at a pickleball facility, and people come to play with you, right? And you play all day long and every day, right? And your wife say, "Yeah, way to go, husband." I mean, think about that, right?
I mean, yeah.
Now, right? If you go, you play pickleball every night for like 2-3 hours. Say, "Oh, Chris, you need to cut back," right? Yeah, but now, right? This is something to celebrate. I mean, that is like illogical in people's mind. You think about it, but depending on how you look at it, it is a gift. It's a gift that the universe has just put a bow tie on and just handed you. Say, "Hey, here you go. Here's opportunity." And you say, "Oh, I'm stressed out. I'm gonna have to do blah 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 blah." Right. So self-inflicted misery is what I keep saying.
This is such a timely reflection. This is why YOML matters so much to me. This is why YOML matters so much to Amelia and I. This is why it matters to you, me, and I, right? It's great to stop and think and have somebody to do that with. So I'm blessed to have 2 people to do that with every single day, with Amelia in the morning and you at night, right? And get different perspectives and just reflect and have a conversation about life and enjoy it. Learn something new, share with other people, meaningful relationships. Like, it's a don't miss the point kind of thing, right? Don't miss the point.
This is the point of this reflection.
This is the point,
is
right?
The present is a gift, right?
Right.
Receive it. don't ignore and be in the future. The present is here. It's right
Right.
here. It's right in front of you. It's right under your nose. And all
Right.
you have to do is accept it. Say, okay, I received this
Right.
gift, right? And you use a gift, whatever that
Exactly.
is. Use a gift. You have this time to talk with a friend. You have the time to shoot the breeze. You and I shoot the breeze every day for 3.5 years. I mean, the thing is, to
Right.
me, it is amazing to even think about. We did it 3.5 years.
Yeah. That's really that is really, it's almost mind blowing, honestly. It's, yeah. I mean, and every one of those conversations has been a gift, in my opinion. I mean, and the best part is they keep compounding on each other, right? Like, if you would have told me 3.5 years ago when I met you that what I'm doing right now and what you and I are trying to do with the building the technology out for the Clubany and the stuff that we've done with the Clubany Light program and the Core Values Quest and 346 podcasts, you would have told me 3.5 years ago that would have been what we were going to do in the next 3.5 years. I would have been like, I don't know how the
Yeah,
fuck we got to that point.
basically, you come to me and say, "Hey, True, we're gonna meet every day for an
Yeah,
hour
we'll figure it out.
after work, right at night, and we're gonna just talk about life, and we're gonna do this recording, and we're on YouTube and blah. I mean, there will be nothing will come out of it.
Nothing. No, there's
Me
no
every
way. I mean,
day, me every day,
no,
really? No
we would
way.
have done no way. But honestly, when I look back on the totality of it, and right now, we're
Mm.
not trying to look back in the past or into the future. Like, just enjoying the conversation. Every single time that we've had an opportunity to get together, I've always enjoyed it. Like, I don't think there's ever been a single time where I've walked away and I've been like, that motherfucker. Like, why am I talking to this fucking asshole? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never, even in my wildest imagination or wildest dreams, left this conversation not feeling more energized than when I came in.
Right.
Like, without a doubt. It has never happened, and that is a gift every single time, right? I should never, ever, ever take that for granted because we don't know if we're going to do this for forever. This could be the last time that you and I talk about, do a
Well,
YOML. This
then
could be,
nothing's forever.
yeah,
Nothing's
right,
forever. That's what I'm saying. Is your life's not forever, but like at the same time, this is why we say, well, if our life is not forever, we shouldn't be wasting it on doing things we don't like.
right,
So maximize the time you have, right? So you and I have this gift, which is we are able to do these, and our wives is allowing us to do this
right.
this thing, right? It's a blessing just to have
Yep,
our wives say, hey, okay, you do what you do, and every day at night for
yep,
an hour and a half, and I leave you alone. And I know that you like to talk to this guy for whatever reason. I don't know who
yeah.
he is, but you like to talk to him. But at least you're
Honestly,
happy about it.
Felicia, I swear to you, at this point in time, like whenever I'm not up here, like with you,
Uh-huh,
whenever we have like days that we don't, we have to miss for whatever reason, she's almost like, what are you doing? She enjoys her own time, just getting work done, watching whatever she wants to watch, not being
uh-huh.
around me. It's like now it's become such a habit where it's
It's kind of
awkward and weird.
awkward.
All right, that's kind of that's all the thoughts that I have on this one. Any final thoughts for you?
Right, like I said, I want to emphasize that the present, it is something that people take for granted. And I think that it's a shame that we do that, and me included. But you and I have learned over the years through this journey that this is something we need to be paying more attention to. Like you say, the present is all we possess, right? You don't have the past, you don't have the future because the future is not guaranteed. You and
Right,
I could leave life today, right? Tomorrow, who knows? We may not even talk tomorrow because
right,
we want to make sure that we enjoy the conversation today. I'm gonna have a fun conversation with Chris today. Same thing. We don't need to put pressure on ourselves to do a certain thing in a certain way in a certain time frame. Do the thing you like. You're gonna enjoy the journey. That's why they say life is a journey and that's destination. That's exactly what we mean. But a lot of time we don't understand what it means when they say, "Hey, life is not a destination, right? Life is a journey, and that's a
right,
destination." Okay, it sounds good, but nah, it doesn't really. It's not a deep understanding what that means. But
right.
through these reflections, we say, well, presence all you have, right? So present is really, really a precious gift. Very,
It
very
is. Yeah,
precious. If you really understand it, this is so much more precious than anything you have, right?
it is.
Because
It's right.
your possession is transitory, your relationship is transitory, your life is transitory, right? So
It's
the only thing you have is the present. So the thing is, even the reflection you say, it is very, very deep if you understand what it means, because they say the present is all we have. It's all we
yep.
possess. Because everything you have is transitory. Like my hair right now, I could be bald in the next
It's
2 years,
it's everything's moving. I mean, like, do you
right?
remember the reflection from the Stephen Hawking book, A Brief History of Time?
Hmm.
Where the universe is always in motion, right? Like everything is
Right.
always expanding, or eventually it'll start to reverse and it'll start to contract. But like you said, I said this analogy before of the river, right? Like you never stand in the same spot in a river twice because it's always moving. Like I will never, like, when I'm 80 years old, I can guarantee you that I will look back on this time of my life and go, man, that was wild. Like that was such a fun experience. Like
I
getting
mean,
to talk to True every night, getting to build out
looking
this
back at
facility. Like,
at the past 2 years, like the
right,
first
yeah,
two
I mean,
years,
all of
right?
it.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's something that I don't think that you can get anywhere else,
no,
because the mindset that I have today, it is on a solid foundation. No one can stress me out, right? I don't really care what happen. Like,
right.
no one can, you can pile all the work onto me, and I say okay, because for me it's like, okay, I'm gonna dodge this one. I'm gonna get this one. I like this one. I'll grab this one, right?
Right,
You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna pile everything and I'm gonna get buried. I'm
right.
not gonna get buried because I've got to the point where my mind and my skills, it's like, Neo
I'm gonna do what things first.
from the Matrix, right? All the
Right.
bullets come to him, and he say, "Well, okay, I see the bullets."
Well, but it's first things first, right? I mean, it's like the day that I don't have this conversation with Amelia in the morning, with whatever book that we're doing. Like, we've been doing this, our new book this year has been two books, actually. We're doing 366 Days of Tennis, and we're
Hmm.
doing The Daily Dad. So it's another Ryan Holiday book, but it's
Okay,
about reflections on being a dad every
right.
single day. So we mix it up. If I have like a match day or something like that, or if I just want to think about tennis, I'll do that. If I'm the other stuff, I just do. But my point, what I was getting at was, every day that I don't do that, which has never happened, honestly, ever since the day that Amelia's been born, every day that since Amelia's been born, it's been 1,174 days plus 121. So what is that? 1,295 days. 1,295 days in a row that her
Hmm.
and I have got together, that we've, read the reflections, like either Darren Hardy wrote some thoughts about it, right? Every fucking day that I don't do that, I can't get that back, right? Like every day that you and I don't, this is why I think I hate it when we miss these things so much, because every day that we don't do this stuff, like, is like, I can't get that back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what we would have talked about that day. I don't know what stupid ass conversation we would end up having that was
Yeah,
fun and
completely. It changed. I mean, if you had a time machine and you and I come back to the day that we missed, and we would talk about something, the future would be completely different.
totally different. 100%. What I'm doing right now just so happened to be the universe, the omens, whatever, they said, hey, this job's over. And it was in the exact same time that I've been doing all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, this is what I have to do. My new job started the day that my old job ended. And it wasn't like I had to think about it. It was like, well, you were already doing that anyway. But to your point, things happen for, I can't change what's happening in my life, right? Like, things are going to happen to you. But what I
Hmm.
can control is, what do I do every single day and what matters to me, and try my best to do that every day. And every day that I miss that, I can't get it back. I mean, it's not like I can just reach back and go, oh, I'll make up for. True and I will just do like 5 YOMLs tomorrow or something like that. Like, that's not how it works.
That's not
It's
how it
not
works.
how it works, right?
Right.
Like, yeah,
It's just like, I remember we talked in the past when Nico was here. A lot of time people say I was deprived of sleep. And people say, well, you can
yeah,
catch up
right.
on your sleep.
Catch
Say,
up
no,
with
you
sleep. Yeah,
cannot catch
no,
up on your sleep. Whatever you lost is lost. You can correct your
right.
cadence of sleep. You cannot catch up on your sleep. So something with life, you cannot catch up on life. It already
Yep.
happened, right? So you can go back to the past. You can go forward to the future. The present is all you have. So that is something I think we really stressed about the importance of, okay, what's more important for me to do right now? Is
Stuff
it
that you care about the most.
is
That's
it
what
making
I like.
money? Is it
Right.
making money? Is it going out and chew somebody's ear out? Right?
Right.
Is that important for you? The most important thing for you today or not? And so that's the
Yep.
thing is, you cannot catch up on anything because once it's gone, it's gone.
Yep, exactly. And like, there's no making up for it. Like, I mean, this is probably the number one lesson that Amelia taught me. If you are alive, if you are blessed to be able to be alive, whatever you want to call that, in this world, being a physical entity navigating their way through the world, you have to make the most of it.
And that's what I'm saying is, if you want to be philosophical and all the, kind of like impressive, say, hey, I'm here to put a dent in the universe. I'm going to discover Mars and blah, blah, blah. Well, the thing is,
That's not making the most of your. That's not making the most of your life. That's actually missing the point. Honestly, I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm saying that that's what people think is like. Oh, make the most of your each day. That means I need to go jump out of an airplane every day, or like go whatever. No, that's not what we're saying at all.
But this is the majority of the so-called gurus out there say, well, you gotta spend all of your time think about how you can make the next dollar, and then make next million, and next billion, right? This is being like pounded into people's head through so many channels of social media, so many channels of TVs and podcasts. This is what they're pounding into your head.
Right.
Spend all of your time, as much time as you can, pass away, as much time into making the next $100,000, whatever. That is what they're advocating. And to me, that is super, super sad because
it is. Because you never get to enjoy it. Like, you never get to enjoy what you've been building when you're constantly thinking into the future all the time. It's very much so goes back to
and then people say, and then they say, happiness is elusive because once you get to one point, you want the next and one. Well, the thing is, that is the problem, right? Because the thing is, oh, I'm gonna make $1 million. Oh, I'm gonna make 10 million. Oh, I'm gonna make 100 million.
That's the one thing about humans.
If you miss the point, the point isn't to get somewhere. The point is to enjoy the thing, because the flower, the flower when it
moving. The stream keeps moving, but you can enjoy each part of the stream.
Enjoy where you are.
Exactly.
And when you say, well, when I get to, let's say I get to $100, I got $100 in my hand. Shit, enjoy the $100. Oh, I can't wait until they make $1,000. And then the guy say, well, $1,000, we're gonna wait until you make $100,000, right? And so on and so forth. And that's the thing, is you don't understand, right? I guess your human physiology, it drives you.
Molecule more.
you got to understand who you are. If a beaver must dam, you do the damn. Don't go say, I want to be this majestic fucking eagle, and I want to be the king of the jungle, the lion. I want to be the fucking like cool cheetah, and blah blah blah. Right? If you're not, you're not. Right? If you are and you like it, great. But don't look for something who you are not. Don't try to be, right. Don't become something you want to be. Become who you gotta be. Right, regardless of what it is. If you're a fucking mouse, then be happy as a mouse. I mean, because you can't change that. Change the thing you can change. Don't, dwell on the things you can't change.
Don't worry about that shit. It's like, it's just not even worth worrying about. Like,
it's like you keep telling me, hey, True, I hate become this quote unquote leader. I hate them. I don't want to. Right, and you say, hey, True, you can do it. I don't care. I don't want to.
Well, you do lead. You lead yourself every single day, and that's a leader.
I don't give a shit.
Like, the truth is, like, a real leader doesn't actually. There was a book that I just finished recently.
But the thing is, when somebody say a leader, it implies that it's a follower.
Right.
That image.
Oh, animal. The one that Snow asked me to read. The Navajo. The Navajo Indians. Nobody actually in the Navajo tribe seek leadership, because if they do, they're not trusted, because they become leaders based on what they do. Like, people inherently say, oh, that person is somebody that I want to follow because I like that they know how to be an expert basket weaver or something like that, or farmer or hunter or whatever their trade is. And people are like, I respect that. I want to go follow you. But if you seek leadership, and if you're the person
that's I don't want
to say, I'm a leader, they're like, that's a weird dude. Don't trust that guy. You know what I mean?
That's our society, though.
Yeah,
I'm saying that is because in school, like in the current school my kids go to, you gotta have leadership class. Like, fuck, no, everybody can't be a princess. Class? That's what they have, a leadership class. When your kids come in middle school, they have leadership class that you have to take.
What the hell is that even? What is a leadership class?
I don't know. It's one of those things.
Teaching you how to be a leader?
I guess.
Like,
I don't know.
All right, let's not get down this road, because we could do that down all day long. All right. We started early tonight. Let's end a little bit early.
Let's end 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
We start 30 minutes early. Let's end 20 minutes later.
Right. All right. We're cutting it off. All right. So the question we can leave for everybody is, are you valuing today for the gift that it is? That's an important question, and one that you should ask yourself every day, I think. And also remember, the perfect day is ordinary, right?
It isn't.
Right. Like, those
it's
days
not just doesn't have to be. Bottom line is, if it's not ordinary, right, then that cannot be what you want.
It's not. I mean, you could enjoy it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you sell your business for $100 million on that one day, that's one day of your life that you sold your business for $100 million that day, right? Next day is, what are you gonna do?
When you sell your business for $100 million, your emotions going through the roof. It's unstable.
I mean, yeah, those extraordinary
and then your mind
unbalanced.
is going crazy about, okay, how do I get it? Is people gonna steal it? People
What
are
do I do
gonna
with this?
scam me
Yeah,
out
like,
of it? And
what do
how
I do next?
is it
What do I do
real?
tomorrow?
How to put in the bank? How do I spend it? Like, you're completely in this
Yeah.
stress zone just
Right.
because you have something that can't be good. You can't really enjoy that. You
I
can't.
agree.
I mean, the thing is, you say, well, yeah, that's really good because I think all that blah blah good stuff, but no, your brain doesn't work that way. You think about good stuff, you think about bad stuff too, because think, okay, how all this money? Well, somebody's gonna kidnap me. He's gonna tie me out and take me and blah blah blah.
But that's why you got to stay in the present, even when you sell, that moment. Like, you got to stay in the
Yeah,
present
I
and
mean,
enjoy for what it is.
it's
Like,
there. I mean, whatever it is, it's there. The money's there. Whatever, it's there. But
yep,
today, what is the best thing I can do today?
agreed.
I cannot stress that enough, right? And so that is what got to keep you from I don't run for train concept, because
Yep.
things will happen, Chris, whether or not you think it does. Let's say you put your head in the sand. Does the world still spin at 800 miles per hour? It still does.
Yep.
So that's my point, is that whatever that you do, you have to be present. The more you're present, the less you're gonna have anxiety, because you don't see the other thing. Like, let's say you have meetings. Okay, I have 10 meetings, right? Well, the only meeting I have right now is one, because the other meeting won't happen until
True.
next hour or whatever. You don't even think about it. My thing is, let it come. You deal with it when it gets there. The next right step, bird by
Yep.
bird. That
Bird
is
by bird.
how you keep your sanity. That's how you keep from getting stressed out
And enjoying what you're doing. Like,
and enjoy. You are completely,
when your mind's in another place. Well, if I was thinking right now about all the things I had to do tomorrow, like, I would never enjoy this, conversation.
Yeah,
I'd
because
be
you
like,
go
my
and you
God, I just
play
gotta go to bed. I'm so
a
tired.
pickleball match.
Chill out. Yeah, like, what are you doing? Why are you out here doing something that you like to do and wasting your time? Like, why would you do that? Like, I don't want to waste my time. All right, that's it. We're done. All right, everyone.
Okay.
Good night. All right, have a good night.
All right, see you
See you
guys.
tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.